What's the name of a fast-growing company that does billions of dollars and serves creators all around the world? It's bigger than Twitch. They provide private photos and videos to their fans. If you subscribe, you might be considered only their fan. That's right, OnlyFans. Now, OnlyFans is a great business model. The owner of OnlyFans listens to this podcast, and they crush it. They are absolutely phenomenal business. But I got to thinking, what other space could you do this in? And so I was sitting there and I was thinking, and you told me about a app that somebody had built called Police Scanner Plus, or something like that. This app that does millions of dollars a year. And I couldn't get that out of my head. I thought, who would do this? Why would anybody want to listen to like a...
Dude, I listen to it all the time. If I hear a gunshot or like a loud backfire of a car, I immediately open it up and I'm like, all right, let's see what's going on here. Was it real or was it not?
And so there's a curiosity component. People, I think, just like listening to a train wreck in a way. They like to observe from a safe distance.
Do you have the app called Citizen?
Citizen is just like this, yeah, where it's like, you know,
dude, I had to quit using that because when I'm in Brooklyn, like I'll pull it up, it looks like my phone screen has chickenpox. Like there's red dots all over the place. And I'm like, there's crime everywhere. You know what I'm saying? Like I can't be doing that anymore.
So, okay. This business I'm calling Only Problems, because forget about crime. The biggest battle is what's inside. So people in life have basically the same 5 problems: health, wealth, relationships, happiness, purpose in life. Everybody's got the same 5 problems, right? That's the dirty secret. I saw Tony Robbins once. He goes, I've helped 4 million people in these seminars, 22 years. And guess what? People have 5 problems. And he goes, if you think, woe is me, if you think it's a big burden on you, guess what? In this room right now, there's probably 500 other people who have, you know, this can have the same problem as you, whether it's with their husband or their kids or their parents or their health or whatever. And so a lot of people need therapy, but guess what? A lot of people aren't going to therapy. It's too taboo. It's too expensive. It's too vulnerable. They don't want to do it. People would rather sit on Netflix and just watch reality TV for distraction and entertainment. Wait a minute. Is that a great idea? Is that a great idea I just heard? Yes, it is. You turn therapy into entertainment. So it's called Only Problems. It's OnlyFans for therapy. And here's how it works. You are going to, you pay a monthly subscription and you get to sit in fly on the wall style to somebody going through an actual therapy session with the problem that you have, right? With the area of your life that you're most curious about. You can go listen to somebody vent about their relationships, about their health problems, about their career problems, whatever it is. They're getting real therapy, but they get it subsidized. So they get cheap therapy, maybe free therapy, because there's 25 people, anonymous people who don't know their identity. You don't know the listener's identity, that get to listen in, and they get to back channel, talk a little shit in the chat. You don't get to see that. And they get to sit in on a therapy session. Therapists get more clients, people get more help, and other people get kind of secondhand smoke help by being in the crowd and getting to listen to it. They get the entertainment and they get help.
Have you ever seen the movie?
Honestly, I'm going to just say it right now. I wrote this idea down and I got goosebumps under this hairy arm.
Yeah,
right,
you got little arm mountains. Dude, have you seen the movie Fight Club?
Of course.
So there's like one of the premises of the movie is that this guy, Ed Norton, I guess he's Tyler, I don't know, I forget his name, Tyler Durden, and then he meets that woman that's like the love interest. And what they do is they go to terminal cancer anonymous meetings. And I don't know why, I forget why, but they like, it makes them feel alive and it like makes them feel happy because they think that they're all screwed up and they're like, I want to go meet with people who are actually dying. And it's like oddly therapeutic for them. What you're describing is kind of like that, where you sit and you're like, oh, wow, this guy really is fucked up. I'm straight. I'm good. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Gratitude as a service. Yeah. Right. It ain't so bad after all, we say when the app opens
so
up.
So bad, yeah.
Could be worse.
Wow, this
this
guy's
trademark.
A freak.
Yeah. And that's the thing. The crazier your problems are, the more vulnerable and open you get, the more people tip you little hearts in the app, the bigger rev share you get as part of doing that therapy.
So you're kind of incentivized to be screwed up.
You can just make stuff up, to be honest with you. But like, you're definitely Jerry Springer, right? Why do we like Jerry Springer? Why do you still watch Jerry Springer reruns every morning before work? Because we like to watch other people have effed up problems and then see them deal with it. And we like fights also. But that's what I'm tapping into here. But I'm doing it through an app. I'm doing it. It's called Only Problems. And honestly, if you're going to run with this, you better hit Sean at SeanPuri.com. That's all I got to say. I need to see an email from somebody tried this idea. I genuinely feel like this is one of those ideas that's like, no way. And then it gets huge.
It reminds me of like the people who want to go watch someone do surgery. Have you ever seen like those like setups
No.
So for like if you're a student, like there's these medical rooms that have it's like a two-way mirror almost. Yeah. And you have like a it's like watching an execution almost. Like you just like sit there and you just like watch what they're doing. That's what this reminds me of. Have you ever been to this subreddit called popping?
No, but I was going to bring up the addictive way that people watch you like pop a blackhead or a pimple or whatever.
Dude,
right?
there's a subreddit. There's a subreddit called popping. I've been on the front of it. You see, I've been on the front page. You see this scar right here?
Yes. Yeah.
So I have a big scar on because I had like a ping pong ball size thing like growing like on my brain, and I had to get surgery like in 2014 to get it taken out. And right before I go under, I go to the surgeon. I go, "Hey man, do you have your iPhone on you?" He goes, "Yeah." I go, "Can you save my number and take some pictures when I'm under so you can like get some like before, after, and during pics of my surgery so I can post it on r/popping." And he did it. He texted me, and I got these like beautiful photos of like this growth like being popped and scraped off my brain, and I posted it on that subreddit, and I got like 80,000 views on my photo album. And so I'm a member of r/popping. I love it. And so
you may not have a blue check mark on Twitter, but you always have this.
Yeah.
Dude, put this in your bio. Put this on your LinkedIn.
Front
pager, serial front pager of r/popping.
Dude, I have it. I'll have to find it and send it to you. But you see, like, you know, like, and then he also like cut some fat from my stomach, and then he like puttied it into the hole. And like you like see this whole process of like there being
like
a growth.
When you move out of an apartment and you hung up some paintings and you got to fill a hole.
Yeah, he took a little fat off me and he just like puttied that bad boy in. And I woke up and like my stomach was hurting. I was like, dude, I thought you were gonna take it from my leg. He's like, no, your leg was pretty muscular, so we just took some off your stomach. You had a lot there, and so it just kind of like took
Weird
a little
flex, but okay.
Yeah, well, I have muscular legs, not always a muscular stomach. And
as
he
a
like
surgeon, one of our credos is we don't mess with perfection. So I couldn't touch the legs.
So anyway, on board with Only Problems. Good idea.
Thank you. All right. You got one, or you want me to go third also?
let me, this is the last one I probably have. Well, I got one more, but all right. The biggest, this is a little bit of a stretch, but I actually don't think it is that much of a stretch. The most popular business publication in the world by digital audience. What do you think it is?
Most popular what? Most popular what?
Most popular digital business publication in the world by traffic.
I'm gonna
so there's Wall Street Journal. There's
I'm gonna go with CoinMarketCap.com.
CoinMarketCap, that's a good guess. That probably does how much? Probably 50 million a month in
something crazy, yeah.
So there's Wall Street Journal, there's FinancialTimes.com, there's CoinMarketCap, there's Business Insider. Business Insider probably gets a lot. I would say, and I'd hypothesize, the largest business publication in the world is run by basically two people, and it is called SlideShare. You ever been to SlideShare?
Of course, I love SlideShare. Wow, that's so. I thought you were going to bring up Drudge Report again, by the way.
No, SlideShare. So SlideShare is this site that was started by I forget her name, but she's an interesting founder. She's like pretty outspoken on Twitter, and I like her a lot. Anyway, she's
right?
Indian woman. Yeah, she started it and she sold it to LinkedIn for like $150 million. And SlideShare was
most Indian social network of all time. Just PowerPoints.
That's what SlideShare is.
Like, way to slack off, but make your parents proud at the same time.
Yeah. Did you see our buddy Sheil? He just got engaged, and he goes, I have an aunt who doesn't speak English. She only knows a few words, but the only words that she knows, she texts me all the time, and it says, "Are you married yet?" And he like posted screenshots of her asking that in perfect English. Are you married yet? Please be married. Please be married. So SlideShare, it's just a website where you upload shit, right? You upload decks. Well, LinkedIn bought it in 2012 and it just sat there. And then Scribe, do you know Scribed or is it Scribd?
Scribd, yeah.
Scribd. They bought it. And I'm almost certain, looking at LinkedIn and looking at the website, that like 1.5 engineers are the only employees working on this. And they were for sale for a little while. So I don't think this is entirely guessing, but basically they get between 100 to 150 million visits a month. And most of the content, or about half, but it could be at this point most, is like marketing decks, pitch decks, conference decks on business strategy. And it makes virtually no revenue. If you go there, you won't see any ads. And it's just this website that does 100 to 150, maybe 200 million monthly visits. It's this juggernaut of a website. If you look at the website, it hasn't been updated in years and years and years and years. Here's my idea. If I were a B2B company, if I were Salesforce or a HubSpot, or if I were, I don't know, anyone selling like software or anything that sells people to shit for people who goes to like, these like business conference, I would buy it and turn it into a B2B lead gen website. And I think that you can make a ton of money off this website, because here's why. Any website that gets a ton of traffic from user generated content, once it hits a critical mass, which SlideShare does, it's like impossible to stop. You know what I'm saying? It just keeps going, and it's almost impossible to catch up with that. It's really, really, really hard. So I think that this website is just sitting there, floating along, not doing anything, and it could actually be a business that makes 9 figures a year through ads, which is like the best revenue of all time when you don't actually have to like make anything.
Yeah, you have super high value customers because it's only business people that are going to be doing this. And who bought them? Didn't LinkedIn buy them at some point or no?
LinkedIn bought them in 2012 and it just sat there and they did nothing with it. And then they sold it.
Crazy to me.
Yeah, and I think they paid 150. They paid 9 figures for it, and then they sold it to Scribd. And if I had a bet, Scribd, like LinkedIn was like, just get this off our hands. Just don't fire anyone who works on it, and like assume all the liability, and like just it's yours. Just go away.
So check out this tweet I just put in the chat.
Okay, it says it's from you, and it says free $500 million idea, reinvent and relaunch SlideShare. All right, great minds think alike. If there's a talented engineer or designer who wants to do this, I'll give you money and share my 1-page plan on how to attack this. All right, dude, we're on the same page here, I think.
Do you want to see my 1-page plan?
Yeah.
You can't. It doesn't exist. I just wrote that out and I was like, if somebody actually reaches out that's interesting for this, I will come up with a 1-page plan of how I would do this, because to me, SlideShare is so ripe for the picking. It is completely neglected. It is extremely valuable as a potential tool. It never really got replaced properly by something else. It didn't become obsolete. And it's just one of those like big opportunities hiding in plain sight. And I would love to basically brainstorm how I would attack this kind of SlideShare problem.
But the opportunity was missed. LinkedIn, if one of us or someone listening had a little bit of like charm and suave and was able to get connected with the LinkedIn people, they would have given it to you. It would have been like, it would have been free. I don't know about, because Scribd isn't a big enough company where they're like, oh yeah, here, we don't give a fuck, just take it. But when you're owned by Microsoft, they're just like, I imagine they're just like, we can't focus on this right now.
Yeah, an undisclosed price. This would have been, I can't imagine this was that much. I could be wrong, but like.
It didn't make any revenue.
I feel like they probably got this for like $10 million or something.
Or less.
Yeah. Wow.
Or less.
Missed opportunity. That is a serious missed opportunity.
That's not that drunk of an idea, but anyway, it's an idea.
All right, I got another one. Let me make it.
I'm all out, by the way.
You don't want to know how long this list is, and it all came to me in one giant flood. I just dumped them all out. Okay,
what do you do? Do you just like come up with like names? Are you like Michael Scott, where he just like has a name for something and he builds a business around it?
No joke. That's part of it. My thing was sort of like, you have to find something relatable, either something that really sucks or that's really awesome, and then just use it in an unexpected way. right? So like,
It's like the cronut. You're just smashing
Yeah.
two things together.
Exactly. So I saw this like the hidden bookcase thing, and I was like, oh my God. I freaking always wanted one of these where I hit the 3 piano keys and a door opens, or I pull the I tilt the book out and it like opens a secret door. So how do I take that awesome thing and just use it in an unexpected way? And that's where that idea came from. That's how my
Have you
brain
ever
works.
have you ever seen those for guns? So well, I've thought about buying one of these where you can put like a shelf, like you know how you have a shelf next to your front door that you put your keys on?
Yeah.
You can buy some of these and you click a button and it opens a little bit on the bottom and you just grab your pistol. And they're pretty sick.
That's pretty cool. Okay. I like that. I could put like my fanny pack in there maybe for when I leave the house.
Like some Cheez-Its.
Exactly. But would it fit a regulation size bag of corn nuts?
Your Cheez-It storage.
All right. So